Hey, what is going on, everybody? Matthew from therighttrader.com back again with another live stream. I've seen great support for these, so I am back again. Welcome, everybody. We're going to give a few seconds for people to join. Now, this live stream is going to be an opportunity for me to respond to any coins that you want me to do a quick analysis on. I will tell you if I personally feel like they're a buy or a sell, and please keep in mind that none of this is financial advice. I'm just going to be here sharing my own personal opinion on any coins you would like me to, but I will also be going through the top 50, if not top 100 coins, and telling you which ones I personally think are a good buy or not. And like I said, this is not financial advice, it's just my own personal opinion. I will talk about why I think some of these coins are very underpriced right now. We're seeing Bitcoin bounce slightly above $20,000, and I think this could just be the beginning of what might be a decent bounce. But whether we drop more, a little more or not, I wanted to go ahead and tell you which coins in this top 50, top 100 ranking I think are really good opportunities right now, because there are absolutely some that, whether we fall a little bit more or not, are going to be some of the simply better coins out there, right? Better coins to actually start accumulating potentially. Like I said, not financial advice, just sharing what I'm seeing. Now, first off, we're going to deal with the first two big ones, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. What are my thoughts on them? And I will say that I think Bitcoin is possibly a better buy than Ethereum. Now, I can't say that in terms of the potential, price increase that we might see for each of these coins, but I feel like Bitcoin is a little bit of a safer buy at these $20,000 price levels than Ethereum, where I feel like if we do flip lower, we could fall quite a bit lower, right? We were looking at 500 to potentially even $300 in terms of a drop lower for Ethereum, and that is not going to be as drastic of a drop for Bitcoin, right? But Ethereum still has quite a ways to go till the next big support levels. So that is something that I'm going to point out there. Now, Bitcoin, I feel like, is actually a very good buy at these $20,000 price levels. Anything below $20,000 is already a terrific buy, and anything below 15,000 would be a excellent buy long term. That's just my personal opinion. Coins like BNB, I'm trying to be very careful with proof of stake coins right now. Personally, I am holding some proof of stake coins, but like I said, there are many proof of stake coins that have failed to hold up the test of time right now. Things like Luna, which is now not even in the top 10 anymore, or even things like Solana, which, to be fair, Solana at this $35 price level, I covered this in my live stream yesterday, it actually doesn't have that much risk left in it, right? We can see that we're already bouncing very nicely off this 35 or what was $25 support level, and now we're heading towards the $35 resistance, but we're getting a nice bounce here. In fact, actual percentage wise, this is a 40% bounce in literally just the last few days. So that is because now, right, Solana is going to be drastically less risky over here in its consolidation support levels than at any of these tops back here, right? So the risk reward on Solana is really good. I think that Solana will be around on the next bull market, and that it probably will do pretty well. I'm not a big fan of Solana outages and the issues that they've had, but yes, I do think Solana will be able to recover back above $100 in the longer term, and for that reason, it is actually at some pretty decent price levels. And please, by the way, we have 11 people watching right now. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know. I'm going to be covering the top 10 top 50, top 100 cryptos, if I think they're a good buy or not, but I also want to hear your actual opinions on this. So if there's any coins you want me to cover and give you my little analysis on, if I think they're a buy or sell, like I said, not financial advice, I will go ahead and do that. Just let me know in the comments down below. I want to see some comments starting to appear here. Welcome, everybody. We have 11 viewers right now, and we're going to keep going through this list. So next up, we have coins like Cardano and Xrp. Once again, two altcoins that are very de-risked at this point. Could they fall a little bit more? Absolutely. But right now, right, they have bottomed out, both of them. And you might be wondering, do I have maybe a preference between Cardano and XRP? Well, in terms of the charts, they're actually pretty similar, right? They've both kind of found their bottom. What I like about Cardano is it's a little bit more diversified in terms of the actual project itself than XRP, right? XRP focuses on really fast transactions and basically CBDCs as of right now. And as you can see, actually, it's bouncing a little bit less than Cardano. So for diversification purposes, probably Cardano a little bit better. And XRP, this is obviously going to fly on any bullish news regarding the lawsuit or anything like that. These are both two coins that I'm not personally going to be looking to accumulate in this drop. Maybe I'll consider XRP if we head lower towards 15 cents. But as of right now, those are two coins that I feel like, you know, they aren't horrible purchases, but they're not going to be great purchases either. They're really very, very average in every way there. And I'm not looking for average. I want to outperform the market. So for that reason, I'm going to have to pass on both of those for the most part. Not saying they're bad coins. Like I said, this is more just looking for the gems in this top 100. I'll maybe even mention some smaller coins, but really we're looking for gems here. We're looking for coins that are heavily going to outperform the next bull market, or any pump we get, and that might even also manage to hold up better than a lot of other projects out there. We're now at 18 people. Welcome everyone. I want to break our streaming record of 51 live viewers. Let's see if there's anybody mentioning anything interesting in the chat. Now we just have some people saying hi. Also some people asking about Curve and CVX. I actually do like CVX at this price point. It is convex finance for those who don't know. It's basically in the Curve ecosystem. I'm not going to get into the details of what it is exactly, but yes, CRV is very interesting. CVX, convex finance, is a very interesting potential buy right now. And I'm not personally going to be looking to go into those riskier, smaller plays, but I do think that is a good one. And in terms of Curve, I mentioned that yesterday. Curve is a blue chip altcoin that, you know, is indeed, you know, top 5, top 10 on every single, for the most part, blockchain out there. So or any blockchain that has Curve integrated. And yes, I do think Curve is at a decent buy. I want to see it go a little bit lower before I would personally consider accumulating more. I do already own some Curve, however, I haven't bought any on this exact dip. Polkadot, this is an interesting one. Polkadot is a very slow mover. Even in terms of the project itself, there's not that much going on. Let me pull up the chart here because I actually didn't do this yesterday. But Polkadot could do extremely well in the next bull run, and we are absolutely kind of at a floor price here, right around $6-7. That's extremely low, right? We could fall a little bit lower, down to maybe $4 or so if we find more weakness, but you know, it's already at rock bottom prices, and this is a crypto that is really trying to build something big. If they manage to do that, and if we see the hype come in on the next bull market, I think this is going to fly above $100. So for that reason, Polkadot could be a good long-term play, but right now it's a sleeper coin. It is a sleeper coin that has yet to fully get that rip. Dogecoin, I mean, this one, it depends how you all want to take a look at it, but this is really almost like an Elon Musk Twitter play at this point. So it is probably the best hype coin purchase to get into right now, for those who are wondering. I'm personally not going to be touching it. Once again, a coin that may have reached its rock bottom prices, kind of, although we could go as low as about 2 cents on Dogecoin. So it still has quite a bit more room that it could drop. But in terms of hype coins, I think Dogecoin might actually be one of the better ones out there right now. We've got Tron. This is one that I am extremely bullish on unless we get a full depegging of the USDD stablecoin. I think Tron is going to become a top 10 crypto, if not top 5 on the next bull run. So keep an eye out on Tron. This is already a little bit of one of the bigger cryptos, currently in the top 15, a little bit over a $5 billion market cap, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on Tron. Now a little bit of risk with this one due to issues with its stablecoin as of right now, but could that be fixed? Yes, and at that point I think on the next bull market this is going to fly. So Tron is actually one of my more top picks right now. Avalanche, coin that I have actually one of the biggest positions in. I have not really bought more during this dip. We're going to go ahead and pull out the long-term chart. This is a crypto that I think can do very, very good in terms of, you know, the long-term outlook for this project. It's pretty much one of the best proof of stake coins in my opinion, right? And like I said, there's a bunch of proof of stake coins, but so many of them have not stood the test of time, right? They come flying high up and then they just come crashing back down. Some of the examples of these would be Cardano and Solana, to be honest. Now granted, Avalanche has dropped a lot as well, but there's one big difference, right? The Avalanche blockchain is intact. It had no outages, it had no dramas, it's been perfectly running since it started, and I've used it myself, and really it's a top 3 blockchain in my opinion, if not number 1. It still has some apps, DeFi apps that I'd like to see on it, but really it is what a blockchain should be. It's extremely quick, extremely usable, and for that reason I just think there's too much value in the Avalanche blockchain and ecosystem to not see this become one of the biggest proof of stake blockchains in the future. And right now at $17, right, which, you know, the all-time, or I shouldn't say all-time low, but our previous little low was around $9 or so. This is at very, very low prices, right? If you're getting something like Avalanche between $10 and $15, I'd say that is a pretty good buy, especially for the long term. This is a coin that I am expecting to go above $300 in the long term. So we're talking 30x plus potential for Avalanche in the long term. Shiba Inu, once again, a hype coin play. Very hard to predict how these are going to handle this bear market and also the next move higher. It really depends on how they manage their project. I know Shiba Inu has the metaverse thing going on, but very hard to read this one as of right now. Litecoin is having issues with its minimal privacy transactions. So for that reason, although Litecoin is typically a pretty decent buy in these bear markets, I would say this is not one that I will be probably ever touching again due to it being removed from so many exchanges, especially in the Asian markets, due to its privacy issues. We have Cody. Welcome, Cody, one of our regular viewers now. And he is asking for thoughts on Render. I'll go ahead and pull that up there. Maybe you have heard of this. This is interesting just because it's one of these smaller coins out there. And of course, that means higher risk, but that also means higher reward. And I'm glad he mentioned this coin actually. You know, 95% drop basically, saw great price action in the bull market, right? We're talking highs of over $7-8, and now we're back below $1. So very low prices. We're back in our previous consolidation, and I feel like I don't know how trustworthy the team is behind it. I haven't really looked into that, but the project itself has a very good goal behind it, and for that reason, I think this could see a good amount of hype in the next bull run. So definitely a interesting and pretty decent high risk, high reward play. Exchange tokens, FTX, etc. These can be interesting, although there is a lot of drama and concerns right now in the crypto industry as a whole. And actually, you know, my favorite exchange, bit.com, has not gone down once during this entire bear market. So for that reason, this is the exchange that I've been using the most, and I'll leave a link to them in the description of this video. They have amazing features such as crypto futures, crypto options, where you can hedge yourself both on Bitcoin and Ethereum and also on Bitcoin Cash. So check them out, link in the description of this video. Matic, I mentioned this one. This is a very, very strong project in terms of the team. It has a lot of financing, and I feel like they will fully survive this bear market and move up with the rest of the market. Next time, how much can they underperform? It's hard to say, right? This is kind of an Ethereum play. It should do a little bit better, hopefully, than Ethereum, although I'm not confident that we'll massively outperform Ethereum on the next bull run with Matic, but it's still a coin that I like. I think it has some good potential. Near Protocol, this is a coin that I think, you know, it's yet another proof of stake coin. It's fallen a lot. It has a lot of financing behind it, but like I said, right, I'm going to be focusing on only the best of the best in terms of these proof of stake coins. I forgot to mention Chainlink. I actually completely like Chainlink for the next bull run, or even right now, right in this bear market. So Chainlink gets my stamp of approval. I already said that yesterday. Ethereum Classic, this is an interesting one. This could get a lot of upside price action with any Ethereum moves to the upside. And also when Ethereum moves to proof of stake, I'm expecting Ethereum Classic to pump. This could easily pump above $100. This might be interesting in the next bull market, or really at any time during the merge. So at a $2 billion market cap, I think Ethereum Classic is a very, very safe bet right now. And once again, right, that's non-financial advice, only my personal opinion based on my experience. BCH, not much to say there. A very, very underperforming coin. Algorand, also a bit of a disappointing. I like the project, actually. I like what they're doing, but very disappointing price performance. I feel like there's some what's it called, dilution going on. There's just too much selling pressure. It may be due to their pure proof of stake model, but the selling pressure is just too much on this one right now. They need to potentially consider doing some type of protocol change with that, because it's not working. Monero, I talked about. This one is one that I think is actually quite decent right now. Cosmos, this is taking a big hit from Luna. I actually sold any Atoms token that I have. I think this could totally recover in the next bull market, but like I said, right, dangerous due to how much it got impacted from Luna. Uniswap, you heard me mention it if you watched my previous streams. I actually totally like Uniswap. And as you can see, it's been performing very well here on both the 1 hour, 24 hour, and 7-day time frame. Uniswap is one of my top picks for the next bull market. We have Hedera. This one is, you know, quite liked in the community. Pretty decent price performance here. And, you know, one that I think will probably do decent. I'm not going to be personally touching it, but will probably do decent in the next bull market. Apecoin, at some very low prices. I feel like this one should have dropped more, but I actually really like Apecoin. This would probably be my second top pick, if not my number one pick for a hype coin in the next bull market, and also in this bear market, right? I think that I was, to be honest, expecting this to go down to a full dollar, and it's actually really starting to bottom out here at $3. So stop the drop even quicker than I expected. This just has a lot of community support and hype behind it, so it's going to be hard for a coin like this to get crushed as maybe some of the smaller coins do. We have some previous coins that may be future coins that will fall into the crypto bitch, things like ICP. You know, these things have just vanished from the minds of people in crypto, right? They just absolutely basically died in this crypto reversal and turnaround, especially a coin like ICP. I mean, literally no action at all right now. I wouldn't waste my time on coins like that. Tezos, actually a coin that I used to be a big fan of. Still think it's a very good proof of stake blockchain, and this is actually one that I think when it gets down, it's a coin that tends to go up and down a lot. I'm not sure why my charts aren't loading real quick here, but as you can see, right, it gets these up and down spikes. Overall, though, still kind of somewhat of an uptrend going on, and regardless of if we fall a little bit lower, right, this is a coin where when it's in these lower price levels, you know, $1 or so, I'll go ahead and pull up the more detailed chart. It tends to actually be some pretty good buying levels, and this is a blockchain that has a ton of collaborations. They sponsor a lot of teams and projects, so I actually think this is a pretty good buy right now. And, you know, if I just go ahead and briefly put in some price levels, we kind of hit our support, it seems, at around $1.20. And like I said, right, I mean, depending on how you look at it, we're still in somewhat of a trajectory, but even if you just look at it, it's kind of just up and downs, right? Guess what I just drew there, right? I mean, we're on a dip, clearly. So historically, that's just been a pretty good time to get into Tezos. And that can be seen on the chart here, right? So I think that Tezos is actually pretty decent right now. Elrond, this just tends to rip on any pump and on any bull market. You can see up 27% in the last 7 days. So higher risk, higher reward, but something that will absolutely pump hard on any bull market. So that is something to keep in mind there. Theta Network, actually kind of similar to Elrond, right? This is a coin that just tends to do very, very good when cryptos turn bullish. There are some coins like that, right? That just go flying at any sign of bullishness in the crypto space. We're now 19 viewers. Share it with your friends, folks. I want to try and break our record of over 50 viewers live, and I'll catch up with some of the comments there. So I talked about SHIB. Someone wants to know about Harvest Finance. I'll try to get around to that. Someone asking about Mara and Riot stock thoughts. Should we be out? Coming from Mike J. I think that they are, very weak right now, but they are still, I can't talk too much about Mara. I'm more familiar with Riot. This is a stock question though, but yes, I do think Riot is, gonna do very well regardless when we get our next Bitcoin bull market. So I'm not too worried about that personally. I don't own any, but that's what I'm seeing. Decentraland, talked about this, right? This is going to be one of the safer metaverse picks for the next bull market. So at an 82-cent price level, right? Already an 85% drop. The risk is severely reduced on something like this. Going back to Theta Network, right? You can see just how much this coin pumps when it goes flying. And I mean, this is like some of the biggest price moves we've ever seen in crypto, right? These are absolutely ridiculous percentage returns here. And we're at $1. Previous high was all the way up to 15 bucks. That's already going to be a 1500% gain just back to the all-time high. So a coin that has a lot of potential to fly on any bull market. Filecoin, just not doing that much. A lot of people are bullish on it. It's a good project, but very, very flat. Once again, a bit of a sleeper coin there. Axie Infinity, I've never been the biggest fan of Axie. Maybe it's because I got burned a few times back in the day trying to short it on its insane pump. But all jokes aside, I think Axie is really a coin that tends to, I just don't see the true value in it. And maybe I'm not familiar enough, but I just see more value with things like Sandbox and Mana, Decentraland, personally. So it will probably do decent on the next bull market, but since I just don't really connect with the whole project and the game itself, I can't really see the value maybe like some people can. But Decentraland and Sandbox gonna be my two safer picks here for metaverse plays that will probably do very well in the next bull market. Helium, this is a coin with a big community, so any coins that have these big communities behind them, they tend to do pretty decent when things start to pump. Here we have some interesting coins. Aave, Zcash, and Maker. Actually, Maker, I saw it on one of the news pieces here. Biggest movers, Maker up 20% to start the week, whilst AVAX rebounds continue. And as for Maker, I think this is a very, very good project and coin. The reason why is simply because the DAI coin itself is really the only good, stable, decentralized coin. And for that, and we know there's a huge interest in stable coins. They're also planning on creating synthetics, which basically are derivatives. The market cap for something like this could literally go to tens of billions of dollars. So I think Maker is a very safe, steady play, and I think one that will really thrive in the long term. I never actually bought any Maker, but if maybe one day I feel like we're really at a bottom, I'll go ahead and put some. I mean, previous high was very high, up to $6,000, so we are quite low from that right now, and nothing changed, by the way, with the project itself, right? I mean, DAI is still bulletproof pretty much. Aave, this is a very, very nice pick. I absolutely love Aave at these price levels. Easy 10x back to the all-time high. It's down 90%, and I mean, Aave is literally the pinnacle of blue chip DeFi, right? So strong buy here for Aave, in my opinion. Once again, right? Please keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing with you my own opinion. We have someone asking for thoughts on Phantom. Here it is right here. I covered Phantom. I think Phantom is, you know, it had a lot of drama this year towards the end of the pump, but overall, I think Phantom is still a very good blockchain, still a very good coin. I've used it myself, and I think right now we're kind of at these rock bottom prices. I think this is going to go flying to actually above $5 on the next bull market. So I'm actually very bullish on Phantom. I don't believe in it, you know, surpassing Ethereum or anything crazy like that anymore. But I think it's one of the better proof of stake blockchains with AVAX. You know, I would consider AVAX and Phantom to be pretty comparable in terms of the quality. I think AVAX is slightly better in especially for bigger, more enterprise projects, but Phantom is very, very good as well. So I do really like Phantom also. Quant, we talked about this. Good price performance recently, even with all this volatility, back above $55, and I think a coin that will probably do very good in the next bull market as well. So going down this list here, we've seen Neo actually perform not too bad. Once again, very much of a sleeper coin. That's all I have to say about that, right? These type of sleeper coins, you never know if they're ever gonna get, you know, their kind of day of glory and go flying, or if they're just gonna continue kind of just going up and down but not really making any substantial move. BAT, this is a coin that just tends to get nice pumps during the bull market. Nothing crazy. I don't think this is going to outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. So while I think it can perform decently, wouldn't necessarily call it a buy, since I don't think it's going to outperform. Chiliz, this is a coin that is actually a sports token. I mean, it's the blockchain of those sports token coins, the football teams. I think this can do pretty good in a bull market. So I would say this one, pretty easy pick to go back to actually break above $1 maybe on the next bull market. That would be about a 10x, right? Waves, I am quite bullish on Waves. This is a coin, one of the few actually in the top 100 that's really been around for a long time, right? I remember Waves from when I first joined crypto, so that just shows you how long this coin has been around. It is now one of a pretty big stable coin, crypto, as well as other thing. But as you can see, right, any coin that's been around from 2016 that is higher than it started, right, and that's overall had some good uptrends and has experienced, you know, pumps with the bull markets, these are coins that I would consider, you know, very, very important coins in the crypto spaces. So that's why I put Chainlink there as well, right? It's a pretty similar story. I don't see this coin going away. I think more money is going to go into its stable coin. I think it's going to perform very strongly on the next bull market, and overall it's a coin that I don't see you know, dying or disappearing, and that is in of itself you know, very, very bullish, right? I mean, we've seen huge projects, things like Luna, come and go, right, within a fairly short amount of time. And this is why when there's a coin that's been around not even from 2017, from 2016, right, summer of 2016, that's a big deal, and you really do have to give credit where credit's due. Kusama, this is a play on sort of Polkadot. I think Kusama tends to pump more in the bull markets than Polkadot actually. So let me go ahead and clean up these pages here, but Kusama is definitely, in my opinion, a coin that would rip on the next bull market. It's at $50, previous high of $621. This is a coin that I could see going above $1,000 on the next bull market, and this is pretty much rock bottom prices. We could still fall a bit more, but any lower that we fall could really lead to some massive price action on the next bull market. Very interesting coin. Would probably call this a buy. We have someone mentioning Dash. This is also a very much of an OG coin, been around since I started in crypto. However, right, despite the fact that, you know, overall performance hasn't been the worst, I guess, long term, it really failed to gain steam during this bull market, and I didn't like that. So I'd be very careful with this one, that it's gonna become a sleeper coin basically. So also an interesting one, Loopring and Zilliqa. I talked about it, pretty good project, metaverse play. Overall, I like it. I think this could fall a little bit more, but it's going to pump on the next bull market. And going over to Loopring over here, Loop Ring is kind of a GameStop play, almost a bit of a hype coin in a way. I don't know about the true long-term value of this coin, but once again, this is a coin that just goes flying on the bull markets. Still probably has a little bit lower to come until it finds a true bottom. I will say that. Arweave, I'll be talking about that in a second. Pancake Swap, Engine Coin. Oh, these are some interesting ones here. Let's go ahead and talk about them. And I wanted to welcome everybody to the stream. Thank you again for joining me. Please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. If you enjoy these streams, show your support, leave a like. If you want me to cover any specific coins or just show your support, consider dropping a super chat. And let me know any coins that you'd like me to take a look at. I will be giving you sort of my opinion on them. And like I said, it's not financial advice, but I'm kind of going through all these coins and kind of saying if I think it's a buy or sell or not. And like I said, right, that's not financial advice. That's just my own personal opinion based on my experience in this space. Arweave is a coin with a lot of institutional backing. It's a very, very cool project. Still has a little bit of an uptrend in the long term going on. I can maybe actually pull that up on a more detailed chart, but really, right, a coin that's been all the way up to 89 bucks. We're now at 10 bucks basically. I think this is a great project long term. I think this could actually be a coin that's added to ETFs eventually. And I like the project. I like the idea behind it. And I also like the fact that it's gotten hit so hard, and I'll tell you why, because this is a coin that I believe some of the VC funds that blew up, like Three Arrows Capital, I don't know if them specifically, but I know many funds were holding Arweave, and I'm pretty much certain that many of them had to unload them, possibly to cover margin calls. So we're getting really, really discounted prices here on what is still a very strong project. Pancake Swap, you know, this is a BSC play. Probably is going to do very good on the next bull market. And once again, we're seeing extreme rock bottom prices of $3 for a coin that has been above $40. Pretty much a no-brainer in terms of, you know, a pump on the next bull market. Engine Coin, actually, it's funny. It's good to go through this this top 100 like this. What you're going to see is this is a coin, once again, that's been around since 2017. Towards the end of 2017, it was at 2 cents. We're now at 45 cents, meaning that it is uptrending in the long term. And of course, ripping on the bull markets, right? We actually put in that high right under $5. One of the better metaverse plays, one of the better ERC20 token plays, gets a complete buy rating for me. And I think that this is a coin that will probably outperform ETH on the next bull market pretty substantially. So very bullish on Engine Coin at these lower prices. If it can fall a little bit lower, go down to 20, 15 cents, I wouldn't be worried about it. I would just say at that point, it's even more of a buy. Just my personal opinion once again. Please let me know in the comments when you found my YouTube channel. I've been trying to get an idea of this. It seems like these streams bring in a lot of new people to the channel, which is awesome. And I wanted to ask you all, when did you first start watching me? Did you just find me since I started doing these streams, or have you been watching me back from some of the earlier days back in 2017 actually? Let me know in the comments down below. It'd be interesting to get that info. And taking a look at Gala Games, one of the stronger gaming tokens out there, previous high of an impressive 71 cents. It didn't hit $1 on this bull run, but it could hit $1 on the next one. So definitely gets a buy rating from me. You know, I think that the project itself is a little bit overhyped. I don't think it's the best game studio or anything like that, but I think that it will do very good regardless. Definitely one of the better metaverse and safer ones probably tokens out there. Still a pretty high risk, high reward play. Celsius Network, this is, you know, very much of a YOLO. I mean, we're getting a huge pump right now, and that pump could literally, you know, push us back to $2, $3 or higher. This just depends on what the long-term fate of Celsius is. And I want to remind everyone that Celsius has a massive $23,000 Bitcoin 23,000 Bitcoins that will be liquidated if the price of Bitcoin reaches around $14,000. That's going to be a open market sell of over $500 million in Bitcoin, which would probably mean the complete dissolution of Celsius. So I'd say very, very risky play. And I would not be buying this on a pump personally, even if it would go to $5 or $10 again. These are just some of our smaller altcoins that still have a decent amount of fundamental, you know, and institutional backing, but that it's kind of hard to say, you know, if they're going to stand the test of time or not. We've got 1inch. Someone was talking about this yesterday. Pretty good project as well. And at this point, right, I'm entering the top 200. We'll just quickly go through these. Please let me know in the comment section down below any other coins you would like me to take a look at, so I can do my analysis on them. Let me know in the comment section down below and I'll get to it. But quickly going through some of the smaller coins, which is going to mean, you know, we're at sub $500 billion market cap here, actually basically sub $400 million market cap, so already much smaller. What that means is they could experience a lot more volatility, but they also could have room to go into the 5, 10, $15 billion in market cap on the next bull market. We've got things like Harmony One, which I actually own a decent amount of. Absolutely got wrecked on that. Now, I actually bought this pretty low to begin with, but it's been really slumping. I still think the blockchain itself is really good. I am not 100% sure what's causing this coin to, you know, sell off as hard as it is, but we could fall a bit lower even before we really hit floor prices, possibly bounce off 1 cent. It's hard to say, but ultimately a coin in the long term that I think can do very well. I will say that, meaning, you know, get back above its previous high, maybe even go above $1, but it needs to fix this bleeding right now because it's falling nonstop. Cardano, I talked about this, absolute rocket play. This can go flying on the next bull market. We're probably going to start to see this one consolidate at these lower price levels between $1 or $2, and, you know, probably go flying on the next bull market. This is a very serious project with a strong team behind it, and something that is a bit different, right? It's actually a proof of work coin, trying to do DeFi. Basically, this is a coin that I could see not only reaching back to the previous all-time high, but also going potentially to multi-billion-dollar market cap, meaning 10 billion plus, which would mean above $50, possibly even above $100 long-term in price point. So could absolutely skyrocket both on the next bull market and just in the long term in general. With that being said, you know, I'm not going to bother with the very small coins for the most part. I've got interesting ones like Lido. This is a controversial one right now. I do think that this could do well, but it has some risks right now due to the fact that there's so much of a concentration of liquid staked Ethereum in Lido, but definitely pretty good project overall. And, you know, SushiSwap, this is a good one. This is a Uniswap type play. I actually had bought some SushiSwap here on this dip. So yes, I do like SushiSwap at this $1 massive discount price range. Moonbeam, I think this one is going to do very good on the next bull market if we see some hype with Polkadot. So that's GLMR. There was actually someone who asked about this coin. And yes, I do own a little bit of it. I bought this actually during this dip. I don't even remember where, but it was at some pretty low price levels. It has fallen since then. I might have bought it a little bit over $2, but with that being said, Moonbeam is actually a pretty good project and will probably pump as Polkadot pumps on the next bull market. So there's some other coins like that. A-Star, that's also in the same ecosystem. Secret, pretty interesting coin. One of really the only other privacy coins that has any worth right now. And that is, you know, pretty bullish. Decent periods of up and down. Overall, I think hitting some rock bucket prices. Could go back to the previous time on the bull market. Looks rare. This is a token that I had bought a decent amount of on this dip, and look at what's been happening. It's been flying. If you actually watched my stream yesterday, you will have known that I briefly mentioned it and said that I think it was going to, you know, pump substantially. Well, guess what, right? We went from 17 cents just a few days ago to already almost 40 cents, and our previous high is around $6-7. The reason why I think this could be such a skyrocket play is because it is the second biggest DeFi NFT platform, and on top of that, right, so really the only true competitor to OpenSea, and on top of that, it actually has its own token, right? The LooksRare token, Looks token. OpenSea is a privately owned entity by Coinbase and others, and LooksRare it's basically much more public, right? You can actually own this token and participate in the growth of the platform through it, hopefully. With that being said, this is going to be the end of my live stream. Before I leave, I will say one 100x opportunity, kind of. This comment made me laugh, but I do think there's some truth in it. We have Field Blue saying GLMR, which is Moonbeam, will 100x in the next bull market. And actually, a few months ago, while I was doing my analysis on it, I had seen the 100x potential. I'll go ahead and tell you why. That is because Moonbeam previously, went to some pretty high price levels. It has a lot of institutional backing. We're going to pull up also the more detailed chart here, and I will show you what I'm talking about when I say potential 100x, right? So as you can see, it had a spike here, and that spike went up very, very high. In fact, that spike is from its, kind of initial launch, I believe. It peaked very high, and then pretty much fell right from there. It was steady a little bit for a while around $10 and then fell, and then steadied around $4 and then fell again. But if this goes to 50 or, $100, that will be a full over 100x. So, it really depends on how strong the Polkadot ecosystem is going to become. But if the Polkadot ecosystem does pan out even to a decent amount, Moonbeam will probably manage to recover to huge price levels. And this is a coin that right now 67 cents, like I said, right, going to $100 already would be over 100% increase. So a lot of opportunity for upside if we get those bullish signs on the actual project itself, meaning, really Polkadot, since that's what the project is based on. It is sort of scaling Polkadot on the side chain. And we have one last question that I will go ahead and answer. Akala ACA, we have someone mentioning, since I'm talking about Polkadot, what do I think about it? And I don't know too much about Akala personally, but I know that it's a Polkadot ecosystem coin. All I have to say with those is if Polkadot does well on the next bull market, most of these are going to go flying. Now, I think possibly GLMR is a little bit of a better play than ACA, but like I said, anything related to Polkadot for the most part, especially the bigger projects, are going to do very well as Polkadot pumps, if it does, in the next bull market. Please, before you leave the stream, make sure to go follow me on Twitter. I want to see you guys follow me. I will not leave this until I see at least 3 new followers on Twitter. So go ahead and follow me if you haven't already on Twitter. There's a link to my Twitter in the description of this video. You'll be able to see your name appear here live. And in the meantime, I just wanted to thank everybody for this stream. Thank you for joining. Leave a like. Go follow me on Twitter. Link in the description of this video. I'll be doing more streams like this, updating you all on the market, giving you my thoughts on everything. But thank you so much for your support on the streams and just in general on the channel. I appreciate you all following me, in this sort of bear market that we're in. Like I said, I will stay here to update you. I saw I got 3 followers yesterday from the stream, so I want to see if I can get any new ones here before I end it. I'll wait for 10-15 more seconds. If any of you are ready to hit the follow button on my Twitter, which is where I post usually live updates on the crypto market. So link to my Twitter in the description of this video. Make sure to go follow me there for live cryptocurrency market updates. And with that being said, I just wanted to thank you all for watching this video, where I really just covered most of the bigger coins out there. And really, you have to keep in mind, right, the bigger coins are going to be the safer bets as we've seen in the past, right? If you were in Bitcoin, you got substantially less wrecked than some of the smaller altcoins out there, right? And I mean, we have seen altcoins come and go in this bull market. I want to mention things like, you know, Wonderland. No idea what's going on in that project. I had bought this. I had actually done decent with it back in the day, but, you know, basically a coin that has disappeared into the abyss, right? So full hype and crash and never to be seen again, pretty much, as of right now. And this is really, you know, the risk with some of these altcoins. So you need to be very careful out there, sticking with the stuff that has either stood the test of time or really, you know, the blue chips, Bitcoin being still the #1 best coin to buy at any time, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching. None of this was financial advice, just my own thoughts to share with you all. Hopefully you found it helpful in some kind of way. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will now end this stream, and I'll see you next time.